to yet again another live show. This is where you're seeing it first. The announcement of the West Indies test team to tour India for two tests. First test at the Narendra Modi Stadium. West Indies taking on India in their second test series of the new World Test Championship 2025 to 2027. And the West Indies has announced their team for the upcoming test series against India. In India, first test at the Narendra Modi Stadium in India. And so this is the test team. Ruston Chase remains captain, Jamel Walker vice captain, Kevlan Anderson, Alick Athanaze return, John Campbell keep his place, Tagenarine Chanderpaul return, Justin Greaves also keeps his place in the team, Shea Hope, Tevin Imlach, Azari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Anderson Phillip, Carrie Pierre, and Jaden Seals is in the team going to India. So the West Indies test team has been picked to tour India, beginning in the first test begins in October 2nd. The following players will leave the Caribbean on September 22 for the tour of India. So the West Indies test team that is touring India for the second series of the World Test Championship 2025 to 2027 is as follows. Ruston Chase, Jamel Warkan, Kevlan Anderson, Alick Athanaze, John Campbell, Tagenarine Chanderpaul, Justin Greaves, Shea Hope, Kevin Imlach, Azari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Anderson Phillip, Carrie Pierre, and Jaden Seals. So that is the West Indies test team touring India for the two-match test series between the West Indies and India beginning October 2nd. This team will leave the Caribbean September 22 to take part in that series with India. We also want to bring you, before we leave, we want to bring you the West Indies schedule for the remainder of the year. So this is the West Indies schedule for the remainder of the year. The West Indies very shortly, beginning September 27, will take on Nepal in their first historic series. They'll take on Nepal in 3 T20 International. All matches will be at Sharjah Cricket Stadium, that is in the United Arab Emirates. The first T20 will begin on September 27. The second will be on September 29, and the third match will be on September 30. So the West Indies will take on Nepal in 3 T20 International beginning September 27, 29, and 30 in the United Arab Emirates. All the games will be at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Then the test series and the squad that we just announced just now at the Narendra Modi Stadium, Aminajad, West Indies Tour of India 2025. First test October 2nd through to 6. Second test October 10 through to 14. And that will be at the Aran Jaitley Stadium in Delhi. And then the West Indies will move from India to Bangladesh, where they will play Bangladesh in 3 ODIs and 3 T20 internationals. So the West Indies will take on Bangladesh in Bangladesh for 3 ODI and 3 T20 international after they finished the test series in India. Um, First ODI will begin on October 18. The second ODI 2 days after, that is October 20. The third ODI, that's the third and final ODI, will take place on October 23. That is 3 days after the second game. The first T20 will take place on October 27, the second on October 30, and the third and final T20 on November 1. Then the West Indies will take on for their final series of 2025. They will take on New Zealand in New Zealand. So the first T20 in New Zealand is at Eden Park, Auckland. That will be on November 5. And the second T20 will be on November 6. Same place in Auckland at Eden Park. The third T20 International will take place at Saxton Oval, Nelson. The fourth T20 will take place a day after, that is on the November 9th. So the first T20 November 5th, the second on the 6th, the third on the 8th, the fourth on the 9th, and the fifth and final T20 of the series at the University Oval. And that will be taken place on November 12. Please like this stream, also comment, and let's move on now, and we go to the ODIs, and that the one-day international matches. The first ODI will take place on November 15. So on November 15 will be the first ODI between the West Indies and New Zealand. All these ODIs that we're playing are very crucial. They are very important because in March will be the cutoff date for the 2027 ODI. If West Indies rank outside of the top 10, then the West Indies will have to play the World Cup qualifiers to go to the 2027 World Cup in Zimbabwe, Namibia, and South Africa. And so all of these ODIs that I am reading out are going to gear towards that. We have to win all these series to be ranked in the top 10, to be able to go automatically to the upcoming World Cup. So the first ODI is at the Alick Park, Christchurch. That's on November 15. The second ODI will be on November 18 at the McLean Oval, Napier. The third and final ODI, 21st of November, Saxton Oval, Arlington. Then we get down to the final of the series, which is the first test on December 2 through to 6 at Le Park, Christchurch. The second, and that's December 2 to 6, and the second test will be on 13 at the Basin Reserve, Wellington. The third and final, December 17 through to 21 at the Mount Mamagri Stadium, and that's at the Bay Oval. So that is all the West Indies games for the rest of 2025 for you. The West Indies must win. It's very important. They must win if it's even two of the ODIs series that they have for the remaining of the year to be able to have a chance to go to the World Cup automatically. Thank you for joining us. We have announced the squad for the upcoming test series against India. Thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure giving you these updates. Please keep it locked to Talking Cricket on the West Indies Cricket Development Academy channel. We'll continue to provide you with the latest in West Indies cricket, and we will cover the T20s with Nepal, the Test series with India, and the ODI series and T20 series with Bangladesh and New Zealand, respectfully. Thank you for joining us, and goodbye for now.